While hunting in the woods, the man suddenly spotted a woman tied up beneath a large tree. The eerie sight put him on high alert. He immediately raised his hunting rifle and cautiously approached. But the woman remained motionless, kneeling on the ground as if she had lost consciousness. As he got closer, what he saw made his blood run cold. 4 more women lay on the ground, their clothes disheveled. Judging by the state of their bodies, they had suffered terrible abuse before they died. A heavy sense of dread settled in his chest. Who had done this? Was the perpetrator still nearby? But something was strange. The level of decomposition varied among the corpses. Some had already rotted down to bare bones, while others appeared to have died only recently. It seemed likely that this was a place the killer frequented. However, instead of calling the police immediately, a dark thought crept into the man's mind. Nightfall came quickly. Back home, the man remained silent, keeping everything he had seen from his wife. Later, he went to his hunting storage and retrieved an old animal trap that had been untouched for over a decade. After testing and adjusting it, he returned to the scene of the bodies, intent on setting up the trap there. That night, his wife noticed something was off. Her husband always came home on time for dinner, but today he was nowhere to be found. She suspected he was still out in the woods, likely staking out prey. After all, they both carried portable radios, but she chose not to call him. If the radio made a sound, it might scare away his target. By the next morning, the man was still missing. Alarmed, his wife hurried to use the radio to contact him, but there was no response. A deep sense of unease took hold of her. Without wasting time, she grabbed her daughter and set out for the woods to search for him. On the way, they stumbled upon a pile of wolf droppings. Among the remains, the woman noticed a ring, a woman's ring. A horrifying thought struck her. A man-eating wolf might be roaming these woods, and now her husband was missing. Desperate, she rushed to the police station to report his disappearance. But the area where they lived was outside the jurisdiction of the local authorities, and they quickly dismissed her. Returning home, she could only pray for her husband's safety. But just then, the radio crackled to life. She immediately grabbed it and called out, but after a brief sound, the signal cut off again. Thinking it was just an issue with reception, she stepped outside and tried calling again, but still nothing came through. Holding the radio close, she eventually drifted into an uneasy sleep, never expecting that her nightmare was only just beginning.